In this lesson, we're going to look at text and how Adobe Illustrator, which is defined as a typesetting program, handles text over programs, say like Microsoft Word, which are defined as word processing applications. Now, there is a difference, and it's a big distinction. Word can get the work done quick. It can slog out a lot of text for you, get the job done. In Illustrator, being a typesetting program, you have a little bit more precise control over the output of the text. That's the main difference. Illustrator has, let's look over here, 6 typing tools. I'm going to click and hold. And since we have 6, let's go ahead and take those out of there. Let's tear off that panel by clicking right there. That way we have easy access to them. Nothing wrong with that. Of the 6, there's duplication here. The first 3 tools handle horizontal text, and the next 3 handle vertical. That's really the only difference. This is called the type tool. This one is area type, type within an area. This one's type on a path. In this beginning segment, we're going to look at just that first tool, the type tool. Let me say something up front. Although this program is defined as a typesetting program, with the technology and new applications that have come out, I don't use it that way as much anymore. To be honest with you, most of my output is in InDesign, which is a sweet sister program to Adobe Illustrator. I use Illustrator to create illustrations, which in 1988 is kind of what it was born for. And then I move the illustrations into another program, but that doesn't mean that I have not done my share of posters and banners and everything else in Adobe Illustrator. So let's get started. To get started, we're going to come up here and we're going to pick up the type tool. If you want, you can click and start typing. That's called point text. We'll talk about that in the next segment. What I want you to do is create a type container. And you do that, you've probably done this a million times, click and drag. This is where we begin differentiating between this program and Microsoft Word. In Microsoft Word, you click, you begin typing. There are no boxes at the basic level in Word, and you have your left and right margins, and you start going. In this program, now that we've got it open, I'm going to do a copy paste here. Didn't know I could type that fast, did you? The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog's back is actually a sentence that contains every letter of the alphabet from A to Z. What we want to do here is create a couple more, Control V. You can see how this works. Now I could type it in, but I don't think you want to wait for me to type anything, to be honest with you. We've got that in there. What do we do with it now? Well, as the lessons go on, we'll talk about formatting. Let's just concentrate on that type container box. If I come back over here and pick up my selection tool, the box becomes visible. Most of the stuff I think you know, but let's go over it. If you don't like the left and right margins, because the left and right margins were not set like Microsoft Word, they were set by how you drew the box. If I come over here, obviously, I can change things by changing where the left and or right margin occur. If I don't like the position of the box, I can obviously get in here and drag it and move it anywhere I want. I can even, if I choose, come over here and rotate the box. You will notice the text does not rotate, only the box. There's a way to do both. Right now we're just in the basics, so that's what it's going to do. I'll press undo. Let's come back over to the type tool and make another box. Exciting, isn't it? Now I'm going to pump in my pasted text, and I'm going to keep going until I see that. That's called text overflow or overset text. You never want to print something, obviously, if that happens, because what's happening is the text is there, but I can't see it because the box is not big enough. Now, in this segment, all I'm going to do is show you how you might fix that in a very simple way. Later on, we'll talk about threading, a couple other things that we can do. But if I need to change that, one of the things I could do is basically touch right there, grab, and drag it down. In other words, make the box bigger. What you want to see in that container, the way we're working right now, is it being blank. But you can see, if I do this, it's going to start again. Overset or overflow text. That's not a good thing, obviously. We are using Myriad Pro, which is an open type font. That's the default font in CS5. It's regular, 12-point, left justified at 100% opacity. There's a lot of cool features up here, including flash text, which if you use Flash, you might find valuable. Enough of the basics. We just took the type tool, drew a container, and began typing within it. More formatting fun coming up later as we move into the remaining segments for this lesson. Stay tuned.